Hi Stephen, it's Tess. Well, welcome back to Dallas. I'm excited about this new outing and I am very excited about spending some time with you. So, without any hesitation, let's go. We're going to fly, rent a car, and we're going to be gone for 3 days. So, hope you enjoy it. We're going to be visiting my favorite place here in the US. In fact, this is where I would like to retire, if not in that villa or my friend's chateau in France. But I love this place. It's just peaceful and I don't know, there's just something about it that really appeals to me. So anyway, we're going to Estes Park in Colorado. Okay, so it's day one. We are going to leave from Dallas Fort Worth Airport and flying American Airlines to Denver, Colorado. It's about a 2 hour flight. There's a time change, so I think it may be 3 hours in duration, but it's not a very long flight at all. So we should get there pretty soon. This is my first time flying into Denver International, but I'm pretty sure we'll find the Avis counter to pick up our car for the next leg of the trip. As one of our days will be going into the Rocky Mountain National Park, I thought that the Jeep Wrangler will be the perfect car for this trip. So here we go. Let's get ready and get on the road. So this is the map from the airport to Estes Park. It takes about 90 minutes to get there, depending on the Denver traffic. We're arriving in the morning, mid-morning, so we're gonna have not too much traffic, hopefully, unless there's some incident on I-25. So anyway, it's a really pretty drive though, for the most part, so it should be fun. This is some scenery or an kind of example of the kind of scenery that you have on this drive. Of course, some of it is, a little bit of it is on the highway, and then once you turn off, it gets real pretty with the mountains. And yeah, highway driving is not awful. So anyway, enjoy. I hope you enjoy the scenery. It may be fun to stop in Longmont, which is a small town close to Estes Park, and have a bite to eat at the Pump House Brewery and Restaurant. And it's a pretty town. I am gonna go for a Reuben sandwich and a root beer, and I'll let you have a sample of the beers, and then I will drive the rest of the way. Drum roll, please. We have arrived. So this is kind of like a look over Estes Park, and the bottom left is, like, as you drive in, there's a road that cuts that lake, I guess, in half, well, in two, and then it's kind of a main road through the town. But anyway, it's real pretty. I hope that this is justice. We will be staying at the Evergreens, which are cabins right on the river. That's one of the things that I really love about Estes Park is you sleep with the door open and just the screen door locked at night, and you can just listen to the sound of the river. I have stayed in town before, and it's okay, but really prefer staying on the river. It's so calming and relaxing, and I like that it gets really cool too at night, even in the summer. Not cold, but you know, it definitely cools down some. So love that. Not quite below in New York, but it is a little rustic. Um, but you know, it's great for just a couple of days, and the environment, and you know, you often see moose around in most of the cabins or resort, whatever you call them. I'm not quite sure of the right word right now, but anyway, the places to stay, there's a lot of elk and moose around, so I don't really even know what the difference is, but I'm sorry, I sound really ignorant, but anyway, But anyway, so as I said, not maybe 5 star, but it should be fun. So as I'm driving, I'm gonna make some decisions on your behalf, and if you don't agree, then we can negotiate. So anyway, I would suggest like unpacking and kind of settling in for a little bit and just enjoying, um, having a look around, checking out the scenery at the cabin um, before we kind of get busy with our activities. Although I'm not one to wanna do a lot of cooking, I'm not a great cook anyway. And work while I'm on vacation, I do think we should run to the store and get a few supplies because I also don't want to eat out all the time. Sometimes it's nice to just make a little snack or whatever. So Safeway is the main kind of grocery store in Estes Park, and they have a real, I mean, fair selection. It's not Walmart for sure, but they have great fresh fruit, and it's kind of, you can see there's a lot of healthy options there too. So let's go get some snacks. Well, it's been a long day, and I think that a salad at home with some good wine will be just the perfect way to end the night. And we can start a fire outside and just sit outside by the river and catch up and eat maybe a grilled chicken salad of some sort and make some s'mores on the fire. So I'm looking forward to some relaxation before we get busy tomorrow. So this presented a bit of a dilemma for me. I wanted to go one way, and I don't have to expand. I'm pretty sure you know me well enough to know where I was going, but I decided that as this outing is PG, I'm going to just at this point suggest that we go to bed. And I did get a 2-room cabin, so um, can actually get some sleep. And I will see you in the morning. Well, it's time to start day 2. We're going to head out to the Rocky Mountain National Park and just pack some breakfast and fruit, and I made some sandwiches so we don't have to waste any time. We can just get going. This is a map of the park. It's big, and then a couple of different entrances, and so we'll go in and um, start our little trip. This Trail Ridge Road is really scary. I mean, like, I don't love heights anyway. There are some parts on there that are just like um, like a roller coaster kind of, very scary. So the top right is the snow as it was at the end of May this year. So I believe that it's actually closed off for the summer because there's still so much snow. But that's pretty serious. Throughout the park, you see these long, thin poles, and their purpose is to help the rangers or whoever they are to determine how deep the snow is. So it snows quite a lot up there sometimes. So this covers shows some of the wildlife, lots of elk and moose and squirrels. Some more pretty sights. It's just beautiful, and I don't really call myself a nature freak, but I really do enjoy nature as long as I can sneak in actually. So and go to a real bathroom for the most part. So anyway, just a couple of pretty places. So this is the top of the mount, well, one of the mountains. I don't know their names, but this is at about 12,000 elevation, and it is the Alpine Ridge rest area. So there's a restaurant, there's retail opportunity, but it's really a kind of hot dog hamburger kind of place, and we'll grab some brownies because we'll probably need the sugar to get us through the rest of the afternoon. Then the bottom left picture is a view from across from the rest area, or the rest stop. There is like a walk, as you can see, it's quite a long walk, and then there's a lookout area there. So this is the view from the lookout, and then the other is higher up from showing you the rest stop as well as the parking area. There are lots of opportunities to go hiking with trails and stuff, and pretty waterfalls, and as you drive along there's lots of lookouts, and people will get out and stop, and you can always tell when there is something to see because cars will just be stopping and congregating. So anyway, I believe they have bears, but I've never seen one. So anyway, well, that was a long day in the car, but really worth it. It was wonderful. I think that a good shower and clean up, and then we should go get some dinner at the Waterfront Grill. It is probably one of the nicer restaurants, but it's definitely not having to beg up fancy kind of restaurant. They have lots of weddings there. I think there's also actually it's a hotel, or people can stay there. So the when we came in and there were those that body of water that got separated by the road, this is on the bigger side, which would be the right, and the restaurant is right on the water or very close to, so you can actually sit and look out at the lake and whatever's going on, and the mountains are always present, so it's really nice, very pretty. The food is really good and somewhat gourmet, and so it's fun, it's enjoyable, presented very well, which is part of the experience, I guess. And for dessert, and this is creative license because I could not find any pictures of their dessert menu. So we're offering you a pineapple cheesecake for dessert. I hope you enjoy. This is painful, but the dilemma is rampant, but we will just feed you those versions for right now, and I hope you keep well, and we will have our final day in Estes Park tomorrow. Good night. For our final day, we are just gonna hang out in town, just like a little brochure, whatever they have of some of the things that happen in town. And there's a lot to do if you choose to, but part of what I love about Estes Park, and I'm sure I've said this before, is that it can be pretty laid back, and it doesn't have to be hectic. And for me, that's what I want in a vacation. I don't want to really be running around like a chicken with its head cut off. So, well, we can't go anywhere until we have breakfast, and I believe breakfast at home outside by the river would be just perfect way to start the day. So I'm opting for some oatmeal with some raisin and nuts, a little bit of yogurt, and a fruit cup. Of course, have to have a coffee and some OJ. Enjoy and get ready to slice and volley and drop and pull out all the stunts, because we're going to have a quick game of tennis. The tennis courts are at or across the road from the high school. I believe they actually belong to the high school. The area you see on the top right is at the court, kind of right there, and it's a place where there's always people hanging out, just eating lunch, or just there's a park also for kids, a really nice park. So families will go and have picnics and whatever, and just go in the shade and have somewhere to eat. Then again, the bottom left, there's often elk around certain times of the year, more often than not. And I want to say later in the year, closer to the fall, is when they come into town a whole lot more because of mating. And then the picture on the bottom right is a view on the tennis courts from where the restaurant is, but the other side of that lake, so the left-hand side as we were coming into town, and so you see a bit of the kind of park play area. There's also a dog park there. In the background, I'm not sure if you can see, but anyway, there's the tennis court right there. So a couple of different views of the same place. After a game of tennis, the perfect place to go see is the famous Stanley Hotel. This is the hotel that the movie The Shining was with Jack Nicholson was based on, and it doesn't have the maze that is in the back, but it looks exactly like the hotel. And in fact, one year they had a big celebration over there, and there was a guy sitting on the steps as we walked in that looked just like Jack Nicholson. He was some kind of a double. It was quite uncanny. My friend Shannon and I we walked up and had double take, and oh my gosh, is that him? Anyway, he obviously knew that we were like kissing, and so they play up. They have ghost tours, and they have a beautiful butterfly garden, and they have a coffee shop where you can get some coffee and donuts, whatever. And but there's a lot to see too if you choose to. And of course, people stay there. It's a real hotel. Another thing that's worth doing, and every time you go, it doesn't get old ever, is to go up the tramway to the top of whatever little mountain they have out there. And I don't like heights again, and will probably keep my eyes closed every time going up and down. But up there are a ton of squirrels, and you can buy some peanuts and feed them. And they have a coffee shop, of course, a gift shop. There's always retail opportunities everywhere in Estes Park, and just walk around and look out over town and spend a good little bit of time up there and just enjoy. Next up is Estes Park Trail. They are not geographically in sequence, but anyway, so this is a really nice trail that goes all the way around the lake. You can actually also go for little paddleboat rides or canoe rides on the lake, and then they have a beautiful golf course. More often than not, there's elk on it, but I'm sure people play all the time. And so, anyway, that's good exercise. I really think, I don't know if that's part of the appeal for me, but I think living there you can have a really healthy lifestyle because it's so beautiful. The heat is not ever um, horrible. I mean, it does get hot in the summer, but it's not unbearable because it's dry, because it's so high. I think the elevation is about 8,000 feet, roughly. So, it doesn't get to be horrible. So, anyway, all that to say, you can. Then, of course, there's lots of fun things for little people or for some big people. There are multiple mini golf courses. Some are nicer than others, and oftentimes when I go, Jocelyn and I will try a different mini golf place every day. She likes it. It's kind of something fun. And then they have bumper cars, the water bumper cars. They have the big slides, like the one at the bottom left here that she loves. And so there's lots of those kind of activities. I wouldn't say it's fun. It's not definitely not Six Flags, but there are some rides and fun things. I think the one place even has a zip line, a little one. They have bungee jumping where they do it on the trampoline. So lots of things to do. Kids love it too because there's activities. And then you also have pony rides. Doesn't smell very good over there, but they're pretty fun. One of the things that I really like to do too, and when I'm there, I try and every day just go to town and just walk up and down. It's not a very big main street. There are a couple of areas that veer off that also have some interesting shops and things, but I love to watch people. It doesn't really matter where I am. So it's just quiet. It gets a little busy in the summertime, and people love their dogs there, which I'm not a great pet person. I don't really mind them outside, but um, anyway, the funny thing about that is that they will walk around with these baby carriers that women wear and like carry the baby in front of them, or they'll have their little dogs in there, and they definitely are dog friendly. And of course, now pot is legal in Colorado too, so you have a certain amount of pothead. And I think because Estes Park is so laid back, it kind of attracts that kind of personality anyway. So, but town is really nice just to walk up and down. And another tradition there is, and I didn't put this in, unfortunately, and now I'm wanting to get this done so I can get it to you, but is like the tradition is ice cream every day. They have several ice cream stores on that main road or the main street through town. So like you can get to have an ice cream from a different one every day. Not good for bigger, but you know, you're on vacation. And again, tons and tons of retail opportunities. So that's about perfect, isn't it? They have a really cool glass blowing store where you can go and watch them make something, a bowl or whatever it is they're doing at the time. And that's fun too. It's not a very big store, so you may have to sometimes go back later because it's too crowded. And then the other is just another pretty picture of the Alps and around the lake area. And then the bottom two is a place called Penelope, and they make the best hamburgers I have had. Well, there's a place in Denton actually that makes a pretty good burger too. But anyway, Penelope's is a must when you go, and probably every time you go because their hamburgers are really good, really good. So on the right is kind of what it looks like inside on the sitting area, and the other is the outside. So hamburgers or my preference cheeseburgers, chips and a Coke probably is what it's going to be. So have fun. Well, sadly, that's the end of the little outing for this time. So it seems a little abrupt now as I'm narrating it. You know, I was putting pictures together, it kind of made sense. But anyway, um, there's a lot more to see, and definitely warrants maybe at some point for you to come back and see it in person, preferably. And I'm just kidding. But not really, that would be nice if you could come just for you. I also realized as I'm narrating this that you may have been there before. I'm just making assumptions that you have not. So, um, anyway, you may have seen some of this. So, most of all, I've loved just kind of in my head spending the time with you and showing you what I love about Estes Park and hopefully why I love it so much. And I look forward to our next outing. I have to still think about what that'll be. So for now, I bid you goodbye and have um, just a wonderful time. And just remember, you are a very, very special human being, Mr. Stephen Moore.